Alrighty, welcome back to Coast Live. Magic Caravan to midnight, top 200 and the top 10, curated by the Joe Shmogan and Stewey Lewis show right here on Coast Live. So if you've been tuning in lately, you'll notice that we've got at number 1, Magic Caravan Volume 3, new video out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, among others, and it's doing pretty well. So thanks for tuning in and checking out the new track, Magic Caravan, with Deuces Wild at number 2. That's no big surprise. Deuces Wild's been at number 2 on this show for about 15 years now. So number 3, Magic Caravan Volume 3 live version. Number 4, AC/DC, for those about to rock. 5, Uptown Hustler, Magic Caravan. It's been there for a while. Number 6, Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, my all-time favorite video. Number 7, Hurricane by Cannons, still hot, smoking. If you haven't heard that song or seen that video, you should check it out. Smoking. That's all I gotta say. Number 8, Sultans of Swing, cover by Magic Caravan. Number 9, coming in at number 9 is Dido, Thank You. That track has moved up the charts to the 9th position from about 50 pretty quick this last week. Somebody in the studio has moved that up, and I believe it was Stewey Lewis. Yeah, great track. Dido hit some really impressive high notes in that song, and just a really well-produced track and vocal on that song. Unique vocals. Number 10, Riviera Maya, Magic Caravan instrumental. Number 11, Desolation Road by Magic Caravan. And at 12, we've got Sade with Sweetest Taboo. Another hot track that's been in the top 20 on this program for a number of years. We enjoy that track quite a bit in the studio. Joe Schmogan's always talking about it. Newsroom. Coming out of the newsroom this week, we've got gold 40.84 and silver at 50.40. 40.84 an ounce, 4,084, and then $50.40 for silver. China just banned silver, so I think that's going to affect the price potentially. Civil War, coming out of the Glenn Beck and Joe Rogan show. Apparently they both believe that we're on the precipice or the cusp of civil war. And I said, hey, guys, don't forget about the revolution, you know? I think it was my 6th great-grandfather, Burwell Jackson, enlisted in the Revolutionary War in 1777 at age 29. And our cousin, President General Andrew Jackson, was only 10 years old because he was born in 1767 at that time. 1777, he was 10. So, yeah. Burwell Jackson. All right. We've got no stocks. I don't have any stock tips this week for you. Usually get that info from Redacted, from Clayton Morris and Natalie over at Redacted News. If you haven't watch Redacted News on YouTube with Clayton and Natalie, just check it out. Great show. A lot of helpful information. Everything from, regular news, corruption news, Epstein files, UFOs, pretty much everything, the whole 9 yards you got over there. Check it out if you get a chance. Sean Ryan Show. The Sean Ryan Show did a directed energy weapons show episode this week. It was pretty interesting. They also did some military psyops reels as well, which was pretty cool. Some cool interviews. Check that show out as well on YouTube. Coming out of the Out of the back room, we got Confederate troop movements potentially being activated. These are just rumors now. Nothing's verified here. This is just, a national radio show. So don't get your undies in a bunch over that. Just movements doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean they're, prepping for anything. It's just Confederate troop movements coming out of Colorado and Tennessee. And Native Heritage this month. Shout out to all our over 500 tribes across the nation. Happy Native Heritage Month. And what was it? Oh, yeah, there's that invasion going on, and then the National Guard martial law feeling continuing on. And, we'll see where that goes. As far as I wanted to mention that was it Tucker Carlson was attacked by some demon in his sleep and left claw marks on him and stuff. So bloody claw marks. Apparently a raccoon tried to get in his bed or something, but they couldn't find the raccoon again. And but he had left claw marks on him, bloody claw marks. So something got in his bed and scratched him. So there's a lot of talk that there's a fight, big fight against evil. Good versus evil is very prominent right now. And then they got the directed energy weapons coming out of the Sean Ryan show. A number of people have talked about that, other shows as well. They thought they were used in the Hawaiian village that got torched basically by a laser beam, set the whole area on fire, and then the government took over that land, and now they want to build like luxury condos or whatever, strip mall or whatever they want to do. So very suspicious circumstances that prime real estate gets torched by a laser beam, and now people are talking about getting attacked by directed weapons of some kind, and now Tucker's being attacked by evil forces in his own bed. And so hope you're prepping for that, because you just never know with the good and evil forces, and the fight is real. In case you're not aware of the fight between good and evil, it's been going on for a long time. This isn't something new. So, like Burwell Jackson had to do, he had to mount up back in 1777 and march off to war. And so, we're about ready to have an Apache powwow here. In Apache country, war is like just another Tuesday. It's always a war zone in Apache territory, and always has been, probably always will be. We're just immune to it. But yeah, wherever I go, wherever I roam, it's just an Apache reservation. Everywhere I go is an Apache res, because they follow me around, everywhere I go. There's Apaches everywhere, They just follow me from one place to another. And, there's a real spiritual thing to it. You don't just become a chief. The chief becomes you. Put it that way. You don't become a chief, the chief becomes you. If that makes any sense. So, as a chief, I've got a lot to do, a lot to assess, a lot of music to listen to, and a lot of news to break down for you every week. And I'll keep it coming if you keep tuning in. All right. Thanks for checking in. That's my rant for this week. And, keep fighting off the demons, Tucker. Because, people need to hear the truth. Tucker's a truth speaker. So we got to back him up on that and give him support through these tough times. Over and out. Joe Shmogan, Stewey Lewis, signing off.